Have you ever heard a sound that no one else can? A sound that chills you to the bone, a premonition of something terrible about to happen. Deep in the heart of a forgotten, mist-shrouded village stands an abandoned chapel. Its bell tower, a dark silhouette against the grey sky, holds a secret, an ancient moss-covered bell that hasn't been rung by human hands in a century. Yet the locals whisper that it still rings. It tolls precisely at midnight, a single mournful chime that echoes through the empty streets. And whenever it does, someone in the village dies before the sun rises. This is the story that brings Helena, a young journalist, back to the village she was born in, but barely remembers. For her, this isn't just another spooky local legend. It's personal. The bell, they say, rang on the night her mother died, a death that was never explained, leaving a void in Helena's life that has haunted her ever since. Armed with a recorder and a healthy dose of skepticism, she's determined to uncover the truth, to silence the whispers and her own nagging grief once and for all. Her investigation leads her to the edge of the village, to a small, dilapidated cottage where the old sacristan lives. He's a recluse, his eyes clouded by blindness, but his mind is sharp, holding memories the village has tried to bury. When Helena asks about the bell, a shadow passes over his face. He leans forward, his voice a dry rasp. You think the bell announces death? You are wrong, child. He pauses, letting the weight of his words fill the room. The bell doesn't announce death. It calls for it. His warning hangs in the air, a chilling prophecy she can't shake. That very night, sleep offers Helena no escape. She's jolted awake by a faint, distant sound. A single metallic ring. It's exactly as the stories described, a mournful note that seems to vibrate in her very soul. The next morning, a heavy silence hangs over the village. An elderly woman, perfectly healthy the day before, has passed away in her sleep. The doctor finds no cause. When Helena, her heart pounding, asks the villagers if they heard the bell, they just look at her with confusion. No one heard a thing. The terror solidifies in her chest. Is she the only one who can hear it? Is she losing her mind? Or is she somehow connected to this curse? Driven by a mix of fear and determination, Helena returns to the derelict chapel. The air inside is thick with the smell of dust and decay. As she runs her fingers over the dusty pews, her hand brushes against something tucked away, a folded, brittle piece of paper. It's a letter, its ink faded, written by a priest from the 19th century. His desperate scrawl tells a horrifying tale. During a devastating plague, the villagers performed a dark ritual, a pact to bind the bell to the souls of the dying. They believed that by sacrificing one life with each ring, they could ward off the sickness from the rest. The pact was a success, but it was never broken. The bell has been collecting its debt ever since. The priest's words unlock something terrifying within Helena. Her nights are now plagued by vivid nightmares. She sees a faceless figure in the bell tower, pulling the rope. The village below is bathed in a sickly red mist. With each ghastly ring, a name is whispered on the wind, a name of the next to die. Then she hears the final whisper in her dream, a sound that snaps her awake, trembling in a cold sweat. The name is hers. Panic sets in. She can't just wait for the bell to claim her. She has to face it to understand it. Under the cold light of the moon, she forces open the tower door and climbs the winding, rotten stairs. The bell hangs before her, a hulking, silent beast. In a moment of desperate defiance, Helena grabs the rope and pulls. The sound is deafening, an explosive clang that feels like it could shatter the very sky. A frigid wind rips through the tower. At that exact moment, every clock in the village, from the grand clock in the square to the small watches on people's wrists, stops. They all read the same time. Midnight. She has broken the silence. And now, something has answered. From the frost-covered ground of the cemetery, shadows begin to stir. Distorted figures, not quite human, pull themselves from the earth, their empty eyes fixed on the tower. They are the souls the bell has collected over the centuries, drawn from their restless sleep by its forbidden toll. They drift towards the chapel, an army of the damned, their single purpose clear, to claim the one who dared to awaken them. As the spectral figures close in, Helena frantically searches for an answer, a way out. Her eyes fall upon the base of the bell, where carvings are almost hidden by rust and time. She scrapes away the grime, and her blood runs cold. It's a name, her family name. A terrible realization dawns on her. This wasn't a random curse, it was an inheritance. Each generation of her family was tasked with paying a price, a sacrifice to keep the bell silent and the pact dormant. Her mother hadn't just died, she had paid the price, and now it was Helena's turn. Dawn is breaking, painting the horizon in shades of grey and pink. The shadows are getting closer, their whispers filling the air. There's only one way to end this, to destroy the source of the curse. Helena finds a heavy iron hammer left behind by long-dead workmen. With all her strength, she raises it high above her head, ready to shatter the bell and break the pact forever. But as she's about to strike, she hears it, one last clear ring. It's not from the bell in front of her, it's coming from inside her. She looks at her reflection in the bell's dark, polished metal. Her face begins to twist, her eyes glowing with an ancient light. Her lips part, and from them comes not a scream, but a single perfect tolling chime. The bell has found its new home.